All right, so have you guys been seeing this stuff all over online lately? NAD plus supplements.
Yeah,
It's like,
they're everywhere.
it's crazy. They're promising like everything.
Mm-hmm.
Youthful energy, better skin. It's like the internet's like aging is canceled.
Yeah.
So we thought we'd take a deep dive into this.
Yeah, that's a good one.
We found this blog post that really caught our eye. It's called NAD plus supplements. The hype, the facts, and what you need to know.
Oh, good title.
It's from a site called Trendis.
Oh,
Yeah. And the author is clearly like as fascinated by this stuff as everybody else. So
yeah.
we'll see if it lives up to the hype.
It's smart to be curious, but even smarter to get the facts. You know what I mean?
Right.
NAD Plus has just exploded in popularity. So understanding what it can do and what its limitations are is super important.
For sure. For sure. Okay, so let's unpack this. Let's start with the basics. What is NAD plus DNA? I mean, it sounds like kind of sci-fi to me, like rocket fuel or something.
It does. It does have kind of a futuristic ring to it, doesn't it? It's there.
No.
The full name is nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide.
Oh.
But you can see why people just go with NAD+.
Right.
But basically, it's found in every single cell in your body.
Wow.
And it's a coenzyme, which essentially means that it helps crucial cellular processes to happen. So think energy production, DNA repair, all that good stuff.
Okay, so not rocket fuel, but more like engine oil for your body.
Exactly.
Keeping things running smoothly.
Yeah, and just like engine oil, our NAD+ levels decline naturally as we age.
Oh.
And that's where these supplements come in.
Oh, okay.
Aiming to replenish those levels and maybe even slow down some of those age-related changes. You know, the ones that we all...
That we don't love so much.
Yeah, the ones we try to avoid.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's where this blog author comes in, right? They were really interested in the energy boosting aspect. And I think that's something that a lot of us can relate to.
Yeah.
Especially these days. But
everyone's tired.
Right, but how does NAD plus like actually relate to energy? I thought that was all about like caffeine and sugar.
Well, there's a big difference between that kind of like quick energy hit and supporting your body's natural energy production at a cellular level.
Okay.
So remember how we were saying that NAD plus is a coenzyme? Well, it plays this really vital role in converting the food we eat into ATP, which is like the energy currency of our cells.
Oh, okay. So more NAD plus Ray means our cells have more energy to work with.
Exactly.
It's like giving our body's power plants a fuel upgrade.
I like that analogy.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
And I think that the blog author mentioned that they were feeling chronically tired and hoping that NAD plus might be the answer.
Yeah.
So, you know, obviously that's just one person's experience, but there's like some science behind this, right?
Yeah, there is some science to back that up.
But hold on, before we get too excited here.
Yeah, let's
talk about the evidence.
Rein it in.
We've all been burned by these miracle cure fads before, right?
Oh, yeah.
So does this actually like live up to the hype?
That's a great question. And the blog post actually does a good job of addressing that.
Oh, good.
Reminding us to be critical thinkers, especially when it comes to supplements.
Right.
There is some promising research out there, particularly with animals, that show some positive effects. But human studies are still ongoing, so it's too early to make any grand claims.
So the blog author basically says that NAD plus is worth a try, but not a miracle cure.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate.
That's a realistic take.
Yes, a realistic perspective. Okay, so what about the science behind it? How does this stuff actually work in our bodies?
So NAD plus plays a key role in this process called cellular respiration.
Okay.
Which is basically how our cells convert glucose from food into usable energy.
Okay.
It's a very complex process, but you can kind of think of NAD plus like a shuttle bus that transports electrons around the cell to power this energy production. It's really fascinating.
So it's not just about having the NAD plus card, it's how it facilitates that whole process.
Right.
Oh, that's cool. Okay. Now, I'm sure some of you are listening and thinking, well, if it's naturally in our bodies, can't we just eat certain foods to boost it? Why do we need supplements?
That is a great question. And while some foods do contain NAD plus precursors, which are kind of like the building blocks for NAD plus epilin, it's pretty unlikely that you'll get a significant boost through diet alone.
Okay.
Plus, the conversion process can be pretty inefficient.
Oh.
So supplements kind of offer a more concentrated dose and potentially bypass some of those limitations.
So supplements are like taking the express lane to higher NAD plus levels.
I like that.
Okay.
That's another good one.
But I'm guessing there are different types of supplements out there. Because the blog mentioned a few different brands, right?
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
They recommend NAD plus nicotinamide riboside plus resveratrol 900 milligram, Thorn niacel 400, and Elysium basis.
Okay, so.
Each brand uses slightly different forms of NAD plus precursors, which can impact their effectiveness.
Okay, so not all NAD plus supplements are created equal. We're going to have to unpack that a bit more.
Yeah.
But before we get into the supplement aisle, let's loop back to the science for a sec.
Sounds good. There's a lot to cover, and we want to make sure we're giving you all the info. You need to be informed consumers.
Yes, absolutely. We do not want you to get scammed or anything like that.
Not at all.
Or buy something
Make my choices.
that's not going to work.
Okay. Informed decisions.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
Let's do it. The blog actually does a pretty good job of linking to some of the research and additional resources, so we can take a look at those.
Perfect. I always like to see where people are getting their info from. So what kind of sources did they use?
Well, they cite Very Well Fit, which is, a pretty popular website for health and fitness information. And they use that to kind of back up their points about potential benefits, side effects, and just overall effectiveness of NAD plus supplements.
Okay, makes sense. Anything else?
Yeah, there's also an article from Women's Concepts that focuses specifically on how NAD plus might be linked to skin aging and ways to boost those levels.
Interesting. That seems to tie into the whole youthful glow promise that we see everywhere with these supplements.
Exactly. Now, it's important to note that these first two sources seem pretty on board with the potential benefits of NAD+.
Okay.
But the blog also links to some sources that are a bit more cautious.
Oh, I like that. Getting both sides of the story is crucial. Which ones were those?
So there's a piece from Harvard Health Publishing titled The Nicotinamide Riboside Supplement Hype, which
sounds a little skeptical.
Yeah, as you might guess, takes a more skeptical stance.
Okay.
And they emphasize the need for more rigorous research, especially long-term studies in humans, before we get too carried away with the hype.
Right. Not all research is created equal.
Exactly.
What about the other sources?
The last one is from the Mayo Clinic, and their article, Nicotinamide Riboside Can Eat Slow Aging, also highlights the need for further research to really determine how effective these supplements are. Okay,
so a bit of a mixed bag then. Some leaning into the potential benefits, others pumping the brakes a bit.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. And honestly, that's where we're at with a lot of emerging health and wellness trends. There's this initial excitement, and then science has to catch up and figure out what's really going on.
It's like we're all part of this giant science experiment, figuring things out as we go.
Totally.
But speaking of figuring things out, if someone's listening to this and they're still on the fence about NAD plus game, what's the one key takeaway they should remember?
I think the most important thing is that NAD plus is a naturally occurring molecule that plays a vital role in our bodies.
Okay.
And its levels do decline with age.
Okay, so that part we know for sure.
That's a fact, not hype.
It's the whole supplement piece that's still up for debate, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Whether supplements can truly deliver on all those amazing promises remains to be seen.
Right.
But the science behind NAD plus itself is definitely worth paying attention to.
I'm with you on that. Maybe in a few years we'll be doing a follow-up deep dive and see where the research has taken us. Who knows? Maybe we'll all be popping NAD plus pills, like vitamins by then.
Maybe.
Right.
For now, let's stick to what we know. The blog recommends 3 specific brands, remember?
Right. We were about to unpack that whole, not all NAD plus supplements are created equal thing.
Yeah.
Let's get into it. What are the key differences between these brands?
So remember how we talked about NAD plus precursors, those building blocks your body uses to create NAD plus?
Yes.
These brands use different types of precursors, which can impact how they work in your body.
Okay.
For example, the Elysium basis utilizes a combination of NR, which is nicotinamide riboside, and pterostilbene, which research suggests may have some synergistic effects.
Okay.
Thorn niacel 400, on the other hand, focuses solely on NR.
So it's not just about the amount of NAD plus in the supplement, but the type of precursor it uses.
Exactly.
That's good to know. This is why I love doing these deep dives, so much to learn. What about that first one the blog mentioned? The one with the super long name.
That's the NAD plus nicotinamide riboside plus resveratrol 900 milligrams.
Oh, yeah.
As you can see from the name, it combines NR with resveratrol, which is a plant compound known for its antioxidant properties.
Okay. I'm starting to see a pattern here. They're all using NR as a base, but combining it with different ingredients that might enhance its effects. It's like creating a custom blend for your cells.
Yeah.
But before anyone rushes out to buy all three...
Hold on.
Uh-huh.
We can't stress this enough. Talk to your doctor before starting any new supplement.
Yes.
Especially if you have any health conditions or are taking medications.
Absolutely. Safety first, folks.
Yeah.
This isn't a DIY project, and your health is worth more than a quick fix from the internet.
Well said. The blog does a good job of reminding readers about that, too.
Yeah.
It's not just about jumping on the latest trend, but about making informed decisions for your individual needs.
You know, it's interesting how this whole NAD plus thing ties into like a bigger trend we're seeing. People taking a more proactive approach to their health and aging. It's not just about living longer. It's about living better for longer.
Absolutely. And that's what makes NAD plus so fascinating. It's not about targeting a specific symptom. It's about addressing a fundamental process of aging at the cellular level.
Which makes me wonder, even if NAD plus doesn't turn out to be the fountain of youth that everyone's hoping for, are we still learning valuable things about aging itself from this research?
Absolutely. Every scientific discovery, every new study brings us closer to understanding the complexities of aging.
Right.
And that knowledge is invaluable.
It's like even if we don't find that magic bullet, we're getting closer and closer to understanding how our bodies work. And that's pretty amazing in itself.
I couldn't agree more. It's all part of the journey of discovery, and it's exciting to see where it takes us.
Speaking of journeys, we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive, from what NAD plus is and how it works, to the current state of research and the different types of supplements on the market.
We explore the science and the hype and the questions that still need answers.
And now it's your turn. We want to hear from you, our amazing listeners. What are your thoughts on NAD plus MIVE? Is it something you'd consider trying? What questions would you ask your doctor?
Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments section below, and let's keep this conversation going.
You know, it's funny, while we've been talking about all this, I keep thinking about those like sci-fi movies where they have those pods that like reverse aging or regenerate cells.
Oh, yeah.
It just seems so futuristic.
Yeah.
But maybe this NAD plus research is kind of like a step towards that.
Yeah, it's definitely an exciting thought. I mean, we're not at the level of sci-fi rejuvenation pods yet, but the progress in like cellular health and aging research is pretty remarkable.
Yeah, and even if NAD plus doesn't turn out to be like the fountain of youth that everyone's hoping for, it feels like we're learning so much about aging itself just by studying it. It's like it'd be valuable, right?
Oh, absolutely. Like every new discovery, every study, it gets us closer to understanding how aging works and how we might be able to intervene to live healthier, longer lives.
And who knows, maybe someday those sci-fi pods won't seem so far-fetched after all.
Right.
Well, until then, we'll keep digging into the latest trends and the research and bringing you guys the information you need to make smart choices about your health.
Absolutely. That's what we're all about.
All right, so stay tuned for our next deep dive, where we'll tackle another fascinating topic.
Can't wait.
That's sure to pique your curiosity.
Until then, keep questioning, keep learning, and keep your minds open to all the incredible possibilities that science and discovery offer.
And hey, if you're feeling adventurous, after talking to your doctor, of course, maybe give NAD Plus a try and let us know what you think. We always love hearing from you guys.
We do. Awesome.
We'll catch you on the next deep dive.
See ya.